Hello there, it's Josh. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of video there. Now, if you haven't already watched the last video, you're probably a little bit confused about why I'm just randomly cutting in here and there was no, well, thingy at the start. So this is the second part of building this wooden coaster and this little welcome area over here. Now, this means that obviously, because it was a two-parter and because this video was recorded a little bit weird thanks to my broken-ass wrist, well, this has been a bit chaotic and a bit all over the place. But what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be giving a bit of a tour around, like I would normally do at the end of a video. Except from I'm not actually going to be riding. The beast is what it's called. I'll show you that in a second. I need to actually rename it, but right now it's just called roller coaster. But before we actually get over to that, and I explain what's happening there. First of all, we've got this area over here. I just basically copied around the back of these. I need to build this main street, obviously, here. Now, if you guys can tell me, well, how to really do that. Because I don't want to do more of this sort of Tudor style. Because I feel like it's going to get a bit over the top and a bit boring to build eventually. So if you guys have any inspiration or anything like that, then make sure to put it in my Discord server or tweet me or message me on Instagram or whatever. Because I'm not really sure about how I'm going to be doing these Main Street buildings here. Not a clue. But except from that, we have kind of a multi-story thingy. Because something that I wanted to do in this park, or something I actually set as kind of a goal of this park, is different terrain levels. Because normally I just build an entire theme park just on the flat terrain. But in this park I wanted to change things up and kind of make things on different levels, as you can see right here. So first you come down here and there's some stairs with this nice little grassy area. We've got this fountain here, we've got all the little plants around here, and then we've got this big grass area here in front of the beast. Now the idea with this station building was to look old, like this is an old roller coaster that they've had here since the start of the park, or since the very start of the park, and something that I've kind of stolen from Geekism, if you know who that is. But I'm going to be making some little signs that tell you a bit about each one. It'll probably be here on this one, for example, because, well, this path just kind of leads to nowhere. But the whole idea is originally this would be a doorway here, and you'd walk through there, and you wouldn't have to queue at all, because that's what they'd be like in the olden days. But obviously it's been adapted in the last couple years to add a bigger queue and an exit onto it. So let's show you around the station then. So first of all, this is what the logo looks like right here. We've got the beast is what I called it, just a little scratch. So we've got some nice little planters out here. I may even make these look a little nicer, because the whole point is that they're very nice and quality and like, you know, well kept gardens, which are probably going to expand a little bit on this way as well, around this sort of area here, because the whole idea that I want is that this will have been very well kept for the most part. And then obviously this is the entrance here, so you walk through here. We've got all these ropes here. I still haven't done these decals because they need to be vending machines. There's supposed to be one there and one down there, but I'll get to that eventually. Oh, obviously you've got all the archways here that you can see out of here, and it just comes wraps around here. There's even some little things here, so if we just wait a second, we can see there the roller coaster coming around, and then obviously eventually we go up like this, and then we go into the station right here. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to show you, because although I'm not going to be riding the roller coaster today, because that's going to be in a separate POV video after we do all the Halloween videos, because obviously this is the last video before we start Halloweening up everything and start doing some Halloweeny stuff. So that'll be straight after that, around the 5th of November, I think. It may even be the 5th of November, maybe a different date than that, but somewhere around that sort of time. But I'm still going to show you some stuff about the actual track and that sort of stuff. But first of all, we've got the station here, we've got all this kind of woodwork up here, and obviously we've got loads of lights going down here. I'll show you this at night as well. And we've even got this little commanding area here, which I'm thinking I may add a little personal statue thingy in here. But the only thing is that I want it to have a uniform, so I'm going to get a uniform on myself, and then I can use that whenever I need it, but not right now, because obviously I'm a bit busy right now. But except from that, something that I wanted to show you about the track here, especially around this area, there's a load of stuff, is first of all, I had this big hole here, and I got this idea again from Geekism, and in fact, most of this layout is inspired by Geekism. Well, not most of it, but a lot of it is. For example, this like kind of S-bend start here, and the brakes coming around like that is the exact same as Geekism's Pinewood Hills wooden roller coaster, and then except from that, it's kind of in the same sort of feeling as that. Oh god, I've fallen through. How am I going to get back up? Something that I do need to add is some stairs and stuff, because in one of these in real life they'd have some escape gates in case, you know, obviously the roller coaster got stuck and they needed to escape, and they needed to have a way for you to escape. But something else that I had a massive problem with is because this was running right underneath, there was no supports going all the way along here. So my solution to that was, I thought, well, in real life they normally would have like a metal beam or something like this if they can't support it much, and then just add a couple beams, which is easy enough. But the supports on the wooden roller coaster like to die if you slightly place anything close, which is why there's no supports going across here. And it caused many problems, and obviously it's a little bit glitchy in places, because that's literally the best that I could do, honestly. But we've got this here, and I think it looks actually really nice, and it's very realistic, and it would probably be what they did in real life. I'm not sure, they may do something different, but that's at least what I've done. Now, except from that, if we just look from above here, in fact, let's go into this mode so I can show you a little bit better. The way that the track goes is that it comes out, does the little S-bend, then it goes all the way up this hill here. Then up here we've got some block brakes, which means that this thing can actually run free at once, which I think is pretty cool. Now it's a little bit off, but normally you would be able to run that one. That would arrive into the block brakes there as this one's coming out of these block brakes, and then that one would be able to set off. So it always has two moving, and one can sit in the station and do its thing like that, because we can actually fit two carts in the station at once. So it means that we can actually run free at once, which is pretty insane. But as you can see right there, it goes down like that, up another hill, down, round that little corner, up here. And as you can see, what it's doing right now is it goes down again, round here, round that corner, up, and then it goes over this other hill here, round the corner. Then we have some tiny little bunny hops into this last corner, which, as you will see in a second, when it comes round, it just comes over this tiny little bunny hops here, round this corner, and into the block brakes, and then the brakes, which then, you know, obviously go into the station. Now, something important that I wanted to mention about this is that it's supposed to be purposely rough in places. For example, you may notice that this corner here isn't even banked at all, because in real life an old coaster like this probably wouldn't be. And to be honest, I've probably overdone it on, for example, this corner here, which I think has a 30-degree bank on it, and it would probably not have any more than a 10-degree bank on it. But if not, then it'd be horrendously rough and kind of bad. But for example, over here, this has not got a bank as well, because they would have banks, but only for the places that really needed banks, like really needed banks, or you would snap your neck. And it wouldn't probably be more than anything about 15 degrees, most likely. You can see that they had to stop for like a millisecond there, but it basically doesn't have to stop. And especially when this thing's open and people are having to load onto it, it will not have to stop at all, which is pretty cool, I think. Now obviously you can see this area at night here, what it looks like in here, and obviously you've got the exit also coming down here, round here, and then you've got these little gates which then just pops out over here. It just comes out here, and then there you go. And then obviously you can see this area, it's not very well lit up. I need to up some of these thingies, I guess, here, don't I? So I guess I'll do that on camera here. But as well as that, around the edges, that will be lit up by the lights that are on the buildings. So just ignore that for now, and that will get fixed when I actually get all the buildings around this sort of thingy here, obviously. Because right now, no comprehende, not gonna work. Right, let's just up this a bit here. Ducky Game is here, but I cannot talk to him because I'm currently recording. Hang on, now. Sorry about this. Right, there we go. So yeah, that's basically everything that we've done between the two episodes. Now, before I ended off this video, I wanted to just quickly give you a rundown of what's happening with this and every single park with Halloween. Because I'm going to probably mention this in other videos, and you may have even heard this before, but I've I think it's best to mention it as many videos as I can because you guys may be confused what's happening with Halloween. Now, throughout the Halloween season, so throughout the 2 last weeks of Halloween, slightly into November because that's how the weeks work, it's going to be we're going to be having a Halloween-y sort of theme on what is fucking happening, which means that we'll be doing Halloween videos such as decorating this place for Halloween, decorating Disneyland for Halloween, as well as we might even do Manta Ray for Halloween. We're going to definitely decorate like Flamingo Beach Resort and the house and any other things that I have done. In fact, I don't think I'll do the house because that'll not be done by the time you the videos won't not enough videos will be out for me to decorate it at that point. So Flamingo Beach Resort, this and Disneyland will all be decorated for Halloween. As well as that, I'm going to be starting a Halloween mini series on Welcome to Bloxburg and on here. It'll only be 4 parts on Theme Park Tycoon 2 and 2 parts on Welcome to Bloxburg. And we may have some also special videos on Sundays, which are a little bit more Halloween themed and a little bit more high effort, I guess you could say. That they're different. They're not going to be tutorials, I don't think. I'm not really sure. I've not planned out what's happening on the Sundays really yet. But anyway, except from that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this and the last video. If you have, you can leave a like and you can subscribe, you know. Check out all my stuff down below. This is my Discord server where I normally release stuff quite early, a couple days early or maybe even a week early in some cases. So go check that out. And except from that, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I do hope to see you in, the next video. So goodbye.